Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Ndo, and I'm the CAD and IT educator. Listen, they are trying to challenge us. They are saying we cannot complete all those questions that are here, and these questions are all about if function, some if function, and count if functions. But they are saying that we can never get this right. You know what? Let's prove them wrong together. Let's go. This is the first instruction. They are saying we must use an if statement to determine the cost of the courses in column D. This is our column D. Oh, these prices, okay? The prices are as follows. Windows 8 costs 3,586. This one. And then they say each of the rest costs 2,576. Oh, so each of the rest. But they are talking about this one and this one, so they cost the same price, those ones. Now how can I go about it? In this case, they even gave me a function, which is if function. So that should make it simple for me. So I'm just going to go to my fx and then locate if, and if you can't locate it, just search it right there at the top. How? You go to your fx, you search if right here, and then you click on go. It will display right there, and then you press OK. And then you have the logical test. It's any value or expression that can be evaluated. In this case, I have to come up with my own now. Remember, they said we must focus on the courses that are there, computer courses that are here. So I am going to say if cell C3 is equals to what? If it's equals to what? Don't go for the Microsoft Office. No. Don't go for the Delphi. Remember, they said only one of them is in a different price. The rest are the same. So we will focus on the one that is a different price right here, which is Windows 8. So we are going to say in our quotations, around the quotation, because it's text, we are going to say Windows 8, and make sure that you type it the way it is displayed right there. And most of the times you find that learners are not including the space right there. Please make sure that there is a space between Windows and 8. So just like that, I will then make sure that my logical test is displayed like that, and then go to the value if true. So the logical test says that if this cell has Windows 8, any of this cell, let's say now we're focusing on C3. If C3 has Windows 8, then show me what should be there. Value if true is the correct one, the correct thing that must display. What is that? It should be 3,586. Why? Because they told us that Windows 8 costs 3,586. So now if cell C3 shows me Windows 8, if cell C3 has Windows 8, then give me that price. That is the price that it costs. So I'm just going to say 3,586. Just like that. Now I will go to the value if false. What if now cell C3 does not have Windows 8, just like the one that is there? We can see it's MS Office 2013. So how should I go about it now? How can I go about it? If it is not Windows 8, what should Excel show me? What should the spreadsheet show me? It should show me a different price, because the rest of them cost what? 2,576. Just like that. So we are going to say 2,576. That is the price that must display if cell C3 does not have Windows right there. And I'll click on my OK. Before I can click on OK, you can see I'm getting that price right there, and it should be right because C3 it's MS Office, not Windows 8. Then I'll click OK. Oh, there we go. I have my answer right there. Now how can I go for the rest of them? I don't have to calculate for each and every one of them. No. Remember, you are CAD and IT learners. Hey, you must just autofill. So you can just double click on the corner right there, or you can just drag it down. You can double click or drag it down, just like that on that cross. And just like that, I will have, look at this, Windows 8, it's that amount, Delphi, it's the same amount as the MS Office one. Just like that. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I got it right. I think these people were wrong when they said we couldn't get this thing right, eh? And I should not say I got it right. For sure, even on your side, you got this one right. Now, let's focus on this other blue box. They're saying that determine whether or not the students passed. Create a column. In column G, it's already there. And use an if statement. The pass mark is 50%. Indicate pass or fail. So the pass mark is 50%. What are they saying? Now let's go back. They even told us if statement. Let's go back. Let's go back and try to find out what's happening here. So now I'll just click on my if again. Logical test. What can be my logical test? What can I come up with here? If it is a 50, then it's a pass. So anything below that should be a fail. 49 is a fail. Then I guess my if statement, it will be if cell F3. Why cell F3? Because cell F3 is the one that has what? There's percentages right there. I cannot refer to cell E because that's paid, cell D because that's the price, cell C because those are the costs. But I'm referring to cell F because it has the percentages. So I'll say if cell F3 is what? Equals to 50. Let me show you something. This is the mistake that most people tend to make. They often say, no, if cell F3 is equals to 50%, there's what they do. And then they move like that. No, you don't have to do it like that. It means now when you are saying this, only 50 will be a pass and 60% will be a fail. And that does not make sense at all. So it means it will be F3 is greater than or equals to 50%. So if this cell is greater than 50 or equals to 50, then that should be a pass. Anything above a 50 should be a pass. Now we must focus on the value if true. What can we include there? If it's 50%, what should display? They said we must make sure that we indicate pass or fail. So we are going to say value if true, make it a pass. If it is false, make it a fail. Fail. Now, most of the times you find that your computer is not just giving you those quotations around the text automatically. So you must make sure that you insert them by yourself if they are not there. So as you can see, already I am getting a fail. There's a final answer. And I think that is right. You know why? Because this person got 25%. This is 25%. That's below 50. So it's a fail. Let's click OK. Oh, okay. Now let's do autofill and see what will happen. Autofill. Oh, 50. That's a pass. 65. That's a pass. 12. That's a fail. 74, that's a pass. 85, that's a pass. And I want you guys to go for these ones. I want you guys to go for this 85, even in your CAT exams. Let's go for those, ladies and gentlemen. Such things, if you aim for the higher marks, you know you'll always land there. Now, if you aim for 60, you might end up going for 40%. So let's aim for the highest. So now we are done with that table right there. We are sorted. We answered these ones. These people were wrong when they said we couldn't answer these things. Come on. We are too smart. Now I want us to focus on this part here. They're saying total number of students who passed. We must calculate the total number of students who passed. All right, let's go for that one. How can we go about this? How can we calculate the total number of students who passed? So in this cell, we are going to say fx, total number of students who passed. Now we are going to say count if. We are counting if the learner passed. That should be it. And I think, let's see how many passed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our final answer should be 4 right there. Let's search for Countif. Countif, and then we go. From there we click OK. Now we have the range, and then we have the criteria. What should be we select on the range? This is the range that consists of whatever we are focusing on. In this case, we are focusing on the pass or fail, and that range is located right there on column G. Now we have to select the information that is located right there, G3 to G9. Yes, criteria. What do we want on our criteria? Our criteria should be what? A pass. So we just want to count if it is a pass. So you are counting if it is a pass. If it's not, we don't count that. So we'll say pass. Before we can even move or click OK, we can see it saying 4, and that should be the correct answer. 4. We have 4 people who passed. Okay, we are getting there. Number of Windows 8 courses. How can we go about this one now? Is it still count? Is it sum? But still, it's the number of Windows courses. Let's go back to our FX. Let's go with the Countif. Let's see if it will work. Do you think it will work? Now the range. Which range are we focusing on? Remember, now we are focusing on the Windows 8 courses. We are no longer on the pass side, which is column G. No. We are no longer on the F column. No. We are focusing on the what? The courses, and that is column C. Now it means our range in this case should be C3 to C9. Just like that. And then the criteria, it should be Windows 8, because we are counting the number of Windows 8 courses. So it should only be Windows 8, and we make sure that we type it just the way as it is displayed. Windows 8. Oh, it's saying 2 before you can even press OK. How many are there? 1, 2. We are on the right track. So we just press OK, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. We have number of Windows 8 courses, 2 of them. Perfect. No, we are too smart. We are too smart. Hopefully you guys are also getting it right that side. And the total amount of Delphi, or for Delphi, okay. So now we are focusing on the total amount. Is it still Countif? Come on, take a guess. Is it still Countif? No. They say the total amount. So in the exam, you should just focus on these terms that they use. If they're talking about the total, you know, man, that has to do with the sum. It has to do with the sum. So we must say sum if. Let's search for sum if and see if it will work. Sum if. Okay, let's click OK. Now we have 3 things there: range, criteria, sum range. Now the range, what is going to be our range? We are focusing on what? Delphi. So Delphi is located in column C. So now this is our range, the one that we are focusing on. Remember, we cannot sum up the words, so we can't include or focus on the range that has the courses in what? Sum range. No. The words cannot be summed up. We only sum up the numbers. And then now the criteria. What should be our criteria? Total amount for Delphi 2010. So the criteria is what? Delphi 2010. Let's type it. Delphi 2010, just like that. And always remember the quotations around sum range. Now this is the interesting part. What are we summing up? The total amount for this Delphi 2010. So which column are we going to focus on here? It should be our D column, because it's the one that focuses on what? The prices of these things, or these courses. So we are going to select from D3 to D9. And then there we already have the total cost. Now if you're doubting that total amount, just make sure that you add them up on yourself by yourself right there on your own, and then you'll find out for sure it will give you that amount, and then it will be there. So that is the final result, but in this case we added it on a different cell. And always make sure, that's the mistake that most learners tend to make. You find that you are answering things correctly, but you're inserting them in the wrong cell. You should make sure that you answer all those questions in the right cells. They always indicate in the exams that answer this and this or that cell. So in this case we had to answer it here. So we just had to make sure that it's displayed right there, ladies and gentlemen. Simple as that. So if you can check, it's sum if cell C3 to C9, and then we have Delphi 2010, and then we have D3 to D9. Our answer should be there. Don't make the mistake of working in a different cell. No. Use a function to display the number of students who scored above 50%. Okay. So we must use a function to do this. The number of students who scored above 50%. So now, before we can even focus on a lot of things, we must just outline the function. Which one is that? They did not say the total, this and that. They just say the number of these students. So it should be Countif. And which cell are we going to focus on here? It should be the one that has the percentages, which is column F. So from there, I'm just going to say fx, and then I'll go to my Countif, and then from there I will say that if Countif this range here has what? 50%. They say above, they said above 50%. So they are not including 50%. It's not equals to 50%, but it's above 50%. So it should be something like greater than 50%, not 60-50. Just like that. So it's giving me 3. So only 3 of them received that. Only 3 students scored above 50%. Let's confirm with 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's correct. And then we have 3 students right there. And then now they're saying we must sum prices where percentage is below 50%. Oh, I think this should be easy for us. I mean, like, we are already used to these functions now. So we are just going to sum if. They even told us to sum it up. And then which range are we going to focus on? Still the range that has the percentages. We highlighted the criteria. Our criteria should be anything less than 50%. So if it's less than 50%, we are summing it up. And then the sum range, we must focus on our the price right there, which is the D column, and then it should be D3 to D9. D3 to D9, and already it's giving us the final amount right there for the lower than or 50%. And then okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So for those that are less than 50%, they were summed up. Some prices where percentage is below 50%. We summed them up and we got that. And then don't be confused when you see the fact that it's the same amount with Delphi right there. Don't get it twisted. It is supposed to be like that right there at the bottom. The final answer should be like that, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that's it. Remember at the beginning they said that I wouldn't be able to complete or solve these problems, but we did. Congratulations to ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully you enjoyed the session, and now you understand all these if, sum if, count if functions. Thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love.